Hi everybody, welcome to Atlantis Freediving. Today I have a new guest. It's Mate. He's our instructor since around July, I think. Today we're going to share with you basically his journey, reasons why he decided to be instructor, and also what he has learned since, what's new, and so on.
Okay, as he said, my name is Mate and I've been freediving for 2 years and 1 day. I just found out that thanks to Facebook. And I've been knowing that I want to be a freediving instructor exactly for 2 years and 1 day. I made the decision after my very first in-water session on the very first day of my very first course. Basically what drew me to freediving, I surf and I did quite a few extreme sports, and I was always, I've been recently looking for a sport that's sustainable over 30 or maybe over 40 as well, unlike skateboarding and downhill mountain biking and a lot of other stuff. That's why I ended up taking a freediving course. I thought it would be a good thing when the waves are flat to go freediving. And what got me thinking that I want to pursue this as a profession is basically how much I was taught during the first course. I found it really empowering, so to say. And unlike with other sports, so for example, I never thought of being a surf instructor, because as a surf instructor, in a 4 hours long surf lesson, but even on a week-long surf lesson, you can't significantly change someone's life. You can't. You can give them some idea about surfing, but you just start them, lead them to a road. Whereas with freediving, in 2 days, I found that you can make a significant difference in someone's life in many ways. So I was an aquatic person all my life, but I never thought how easy actually it is to dive to 10 meters and to stay there for 2 minutes or even longer. And basically what I found that when I did the first course, it helps you unlock a lot of your own potentials. So especially what I found in level 1 course, you, instead of training people, you actually make them realize how they function. You just make them to know themselves better. And through this, their life pretty much changes, I would say, for whatever extent. But they're never going to have a holiday again when they go to the ocean, and they're not going to be super happy to jump into the ocean, to look around there, to be able to dive down. So I'm not sure if I remember what you originally asked, but I basically became a freedive instructor because after my first day of my first course, I pretty much had the impression that, like, geez, people got to know about this. And I did want to spread the word.
Cool, so, very nice, very nice. Well, I guess your expectations before you became instructor, and now you're already working for, I don't know, over 6-7 months, pretty much full-time instructing. When you have signed up for instructor course, you know, your idea of what is it going to look like, everyday life and so on, was it so much different from what is it now?
I don't think so. No, not general. So I think you get what you. I got what I thought I was gonna get. This is the very first job in my life that I truly love. But having said that, a job is a job. We get paid to go to work. Because if they wouldn't give us money, we would go somewhere else. We would go diving with our friends. So make no mistake, a job is a job. It doesn't matter what it is. But other than that, and that wasn't even a surprise, I would say. So yeah, what is new is that sometimes I wake up and I do feel that like, I don't really feel like diving today, but I'm gonna go into the water anyway. Yeah, I never had a job which I didn't dislike a lot more, even though I think I still had reasonably good jobs in my life.
So there are some days where you feel like, oh my God, I don't want to go diving today. But then you go like, right, this is my job.
Yes, it is, and actually I think I have an issue with things that I have to do. So as soon as I don't have to do something, I do it straight away. So when I think that's a mindset. But yeah, and another thing is that, so for me, surfing is I would say my most precious pastime. And that's why I didn't want to become a surf instructor, to keep those two things separate. And that's why I thought freedive instructing is a nice side gig. So yes, if it's your precious hobby, just make sure that you think it through. If you don't mind turning it to your job as well. A lot of people succeed in that, and they still really enjoy when they go diving for themselves. Don't get me wrong, but it just puts it in a different. But I guess it must be the same if you're like a DJ. When you become a DJ, you want everyone to be just cheering for you, and if you've been a DJ for years, then you're just like, I would just have a coffee tonight or whatever instead of going. But yeah, other than that, no, I would say it was up to my expectations, and it is pretty much what it is.
Cool. So I remember when you did your instructor course, and you came out all fresh and brand new instructor. And yeah, at that point, a lot of people see the instructor course as the pinnacle of their training. Okay, this is it, you know, I'm an instructor now, I am fully capable, and almost like I know it all attitude, you know. I know you haven't felt like you are I know it all kind of person now, you know, but especially for me, because a lot of people think, okay, there is an instructor, and then there is another instructor, you know. The experience plays a big part of being a good instructor. No, so now you already have, I think, more than 6 months of experience under your belt. So how was your experience with that part, you know, like growing up after instructor course, getting the experience? And
I would say that when it comes to work, I really don't like bullshitting, to be honest. And I really dislike people who pretend to know things when they don't. When it comes to seriousness, like yeah, Friday night on the pub, you pretend whatever you want. But so at the beginning, I had some little confidence issues, I would say, because I knew how it should look like, I know how things should work. What I did not know is if something doesn't work, then how to solve the issue. I wasn't always sure if I'm leading the person on the right track. And to be honest, I was afraid that what if I lead them onto the wrong track? Since I thought in my head that what I'm saying, it should be beneficial, but these are really personal things what we do here, and you don't see most things that happen, especially with equalizing. So I needed to build up confidence, I would say, and experience, yeah. So at the beginning, I was a little afraid that I'm not too good with looking really confident if I'm not, and I don't like to look confident if I'm not, because I just don't see the point. But with students, you got to be really careful, because here I think that how confident they see you, it really matters a lot. Because it's almost like with doctors, you know, when people are freediving, they deal with their own body, and we tend to think that I know my body better than you do, which is in a doctor's case, it's ridiculous to think. Still, some people think. When you come across a freediving instructor, they tend to think that, yeah, but I might have a little different ear than others, so I think you really need to have authority to make them believe in you, because otherwise they just start thinking about.
Yeah, it's hard to convince somebody that you know what you're talking about here.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think especially if my face doesn't suggest that I know everything, then it's really easy to lose a student. It happened to me 1 or 2 times at the very beginning that I saw that afterwards, every time I opened my mouth, I could just simply see it on the student's face that he was just like, yeah, whatever, man, like, you don't know. But that goes away, basically because you kind of realize that everyone can learn to free dive, everyone can learn to equalize. So you actually believe when you say that it's gonna come. At the beginning, when you say people just relax, it's gonna come. But inside you kind of like, I really hope it's gonna come
Soon, yeah.
soon. Yeah. When you do it after a few times, and you see that even the most hopeless cases can learn basically recreational level freediving, then that gives you confidence. And now I don't feel like a liar when I tell them that it's gonna work, because sooner or later it always does.
Yeah, I think if you compare maybe somebody who just done his instructor course and then goes back home to the country where maybe he doesn't or cannot freedive as much as we can here, luckily, and then starts working as an instructor and then gets maybe a student or a client once a month, you know, or once in 2 months, you know, and in 6 months you can do maybe 3 or 4 courses, and that's lucky for most people out there. And you've been doing quite a lot of courses in the last 6 months. It's been in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So you are very much dealing with the same problems many times over and over over again. And at least I find out that many times you have to change the way you address these problems to the person that has this problem. So you cannot go and sort out same problem the same way every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like so true. For some, basically what works with some people, it doesn't work with others. Sometimes I'm honestly thinking I wish there would be a book for freediving instructors.
It would be a big book.
It would be a significantly bigger book than any other freediving book, where it would be like a what if not. And
nice title.
Yeah. Also, although it's great, I'm really glad to be working here, having you here, and then having Linda here, because experience comes with experience. There's no other way. So it's really good that I always have people on hand.
I was lucky. I was lucky like this myself when I became instructor in Dahab, and obviously in Dahab it's a big epicenter of freediving. There is a lot of people coming and going to do the courses and training, and you get to see pretty much almost everything, you know.
Like really quick.
So if you have a problem, there's a big community to go to, so you get a lot of opinions, and then you will very quickly learn also which opinions are valid and which aren't, you know, what works, what doesn't. And many times things are black and white. They are not something in between, you know. For people that do have experience with problems and have seen many problems like this before, things are pretty black and white, and then it's just about how to get the other person to understand which way to go to get there.
Yeah, and another thing what I definitely gotta learn is to be the bad cop. So I'm also, you know, it's weird because for me at least, all the academic situations I had, it was an older person teaching a younger person, like significantly older, you know, in the school. So in the school, yes, I've seen it. I know how you exercise authority. When you're teaching a 40, 50-year-old person, you got to be careful what you say, because they can get offended easily. But on the other hand, you can't be too soft on them. This is definitely my weakness at the moment. I'm way too soft.
It's a fine balance.
It is a fine.
It's very difficult, because at the end what we are doing is basically a coaching, and coaching has to be different for every person.
And also what I think that we are doing something in between, in a way that we are coaches, but we are also or entertain, I don't know the right English word, like obviously not entertainers, but when someone comes here on a 2-day course, he doesn't want to go away with teary eyes, you know. And
yeah, sure, yeah. It's a holiday thing.
So in my whole life, when someone takes you on a like a tourist attraction kind of thing, then you got to come back with a big smile on your face. I did plenty of sports seriously in my life, and every single good trainer I had, I hated them. Like 98% of the time, I hated them.
That's the old style.
Deep down, I knew that's why he's getting results with me, and that's why I'm getting results. And I'm not here to have a great time. I'm here to train. And if you focus on what you're doing good, then that's just blowing air. Yeah. So I'm still struggling with that part, to how much push someone and how much make them.
In that, from my own experience, we are teaching freediving courses to a wide public. So the freediving course, to some level, it's a recreational diving, you know. So recreational means you should have fun doing it. Now, freediving has a sport aspect to it as well. So there are people who want to get really good at it, and they want to compete, and so on. And that's another game. Yeah. So this is where I find that you have to really quickly judge the person you have as your client, to see how important for them is to be a good free diver, you know. If it's something they want to do because they want to get good in sports, they have really high goals, you know. Then this is where you have to go a little bit, get the old style coaching, and maybe if you see sometimes that the client, this person needs a little bit of a push, you know, you can a little bit push. But there is a line which you kind of need to see, you know. If you don't see that line, but most people who come here come to learn freediving as a recreational activity. So they want to have fun, they want to see the fishes, they want to dive the wreck. You've been working before in hospitality business.
Yes.
So you have people skill.
I learned it there. I think I had to learn it there as well. So it took me a while. I was really raised in a way that you don't talk back to older people, and you know, you're respectful, and that's why I kind of had to get rid of that. I think I have people skills, but I still got to grow the bad cop in me, because I find it harder for me to tell someone if they did a bad dive that, like, you just completely did not do what I asked you to do. Sometimes
it's difficult.
I don't know why. Maybe I like if people like me, so I don't like to tell them. I don't know.
You can always leave it to the other instructor. Sometimes when you see somebody struggling with many things, not just that one that you're asking them to do, it is a little difficult and maybe unfair to go and push because you want that skill to get done, because you see them struggling with so many other things, and then at the end of the day it just need more time to get relaxed and understand how to relax in this environment, and then the gate will open and the information you want to pass on will come through. Cool. So do you have some particular goals in the future? Do you want to do some training for yourself, or something that...
No, none. Basically.
Well, you told me that you are trying to set up a small little thing for yourself down in the south of Tenerife.
Yes. So basically, this whole freediving instructor journey for me, it all started out basically because I want to share this knowledge with people. Basically to share the ability to go down to 10 meters and to do it safely, because I really think it just puts your seaside holidays into a complete different dimension. And then if you actually start on freediving, you realize it's so much more than meters and minutes, and you can learn from yourself a lot. And I got a feeling, I forgot the question again.
Yeah, it's a great skill to have, freediving, right?
Yes.
Or any other sport.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. So yes, that's basically why I became an instructor, to spread this. And I want to somehow. So I think nowadays with freediving, people who look for freediving find freediving. I also think that a lot of people are afraid from freediving because for some reason it's listed as an extreme sport, but I've never done anything safer in my life, and I'm not even joking. So I really want to bring freediving to those people who've been thinking about it but haven't done it yet, and they're not sure if it's for them. They're not committed enough to do a full course, and it sounds so serious, and it's money and time commitment. I want to make a one-day introduction kind of thing for mostly tourists, just to understand and see what this is about. And then it's up to them if they want to become an athlete, or they just go home and happy being able to dive to 8-10 meters.
Just a short theory lesson to people who maybe would like to try to do it, or most likely while snorkeling would do it, just to give them a little bit of safety for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for me, basically knowledge gives confidence. So if you know what you're doing by holding your breath, it gives you confidence, and that's actually what makes you a good breath holder. And the second thing is safety, really. So I think you always hear in the news, you hardly ever hear it other ways. It's always he drowned, but I don't understand, he was such a good swimmer. It's basically because they already had the confidence, they did not have the knowledge. So to be safe, and thinking back, I had plenty of times in my life where I could have harmed myself in a big way.
I just didn't know about it.
I just didn't know. I thought that, basically I didn't know about it. So that's why I want to spread the word and just tell people what they actually can do. Right now, even they just don't know how, and how they can do it safely.
All right, great. Thanks for joining me here in the center. I have to say we are very happy to have you, Mate.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I'm looking forward to have you more on the channel and do maybe some more videos together. That will be really good. And if you have any questions on Mate or myself or about anything, just put it down in the comments and we'll try to address it in the next videos. And thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
Cool.
Thank you very much.